Hello guys, we are back with Stein. I did do a little hooking on when I came down here to clean the pen at lunchtime. And so when I did that, it was just for like 6 minutes. I had him go in a circle for a little while. And then he already has one ear on me. I was also watching for him to lower his head and lick and chew. He did all 3 things before I stopped. I did have him changing directions some. I have him change directions here. Good boy. And then we're going to start. I have the halter out, as you can see, hanging on my arm. I also have some sweet feed in my little pouch. Right now he doesn't take it, but I can show you guys how I introduce that. Right now he's learning how to read my body language. I'm going to come over here. That was not the direction I wanted him to go. So we will try that again. So to get them to turn in towards you, you're going to go ahead of them and then walk over towards the fence. There, he just lowered his head way low. I'm going to walk away. Hopefully he was in the video when he did that, but he brought his nose all the way down to the ground. He's licking and chewing. Okay, so my goal with doing this is not to have him run in mindless circles or anything. And here he comes towards me. My goal with doing this is to help him see that where I am is a really comfortable spot. Okay, he might get distracted because there's still some hay in the feeder. I'm going to come up to him to pet him. Hi, Stein. Hi. You want me to pet you here? There. Give him some pets. Give him some pets on his nose. Hi. You a little nervous yet, huh? Oh, that's okay. We'll help you through that. Now I'm going to come on his left side. Well, I should get the long brush, shouldn't I? Yeah, so we can review what we already know. That's always a really good thing to do. Review what you know first. They're just a little petting. And before we start on the halter, we'll do a little review. Now, the reason we want to do the review first is to make a yes horse or a yes donkey knows it's going to help build confidence. He's still thinking. And here he comes. Nice job, Stein. Deet. Nose. Teat. Here you go. So guys, it's about 100 degrees out again today. I'm gonna block you a little bit here, buddy. I'm gonna pet you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. Now he's very, very flinchy on his side when I'm doing that. So it just tells me that even though he's standing, he's nervous. Nose. Good boy. Teat. You see how he comes right to the brush. He knows the game and he likes the game. He can feel confident with that because he knows what he's doing. Yeah. Neck. Teat. You just kind of ram right into it, don't you? Here you go, bud. Make sure they always have an out, so that way if they do get nervous or they have a bee sting them, that you're not going to get run over. Hi, you. Neck. That's your cheek. I want your neck. Teat. Good boy. You know exactly what this game is, don't you? So he's a little bit of a parrot lip right now. So that just kind of tells me that he's a little bit nervous. Foot. Teat. So he doesn't know foot yet, so I'm going to help him by saying, we're going to just keep identifying it. And then eventually he'll know the word, and then he can pick up his foot. Foot. Teat. And he's also getting used to touch on his knee there when I do that. Foot. That's your nose. Foot. Teat. Now, that one there, he got on accident, guys, because he picked up his foot to stomp a fly. So I want to give him a bigger release because he learned that on accident, and he doesn't want to release. You can see he's coming over to me. But I want him to be able to have a release a little bit longer so that he can digest why he got that reward so fast for that. Hey, buddy. You're a good boy, and you like scratches now, don't you? Yeah, you like scratches now. Yes, you do. Okay, are you ready? Let's do it again. Foot. I want to make sure he touches it on accident when he picks up his foot. And if he doesn't do it, I can just touch his foot. That's the wrong foot. Teat. So he moved over his foot. He's looking for the answer. I touched the foot that I wanted, and then he gets his pay. Hi. All right. Foot. So he doesn't know it yet. It's okay to wait for a second and then touch it yourself. He's thinking. He's looking. Teat. Good job. Good job, Stein. You see how low his head is, guys? So if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're back, thanks for coming back, guys. This channel is all about training burros and now Mustangs also. So right now I'm doing a Mustang and burro comparison series. Foot. Teat. So again, I don't think he understood that. He got it on accident, but he still gets to pay for it. So if you haven't had a chance yet, you can go back to the beginning. There's a special playlist for the Mustang and burro comparison series, so you can see the differences. So you're able to see how nervous Stein was when he first came to us. Foot. Oh, and Frank just laid down. He says he's tired and it's hot. Deet. There, good job. So Stein was an up and over the top kind of Mustang. He was very nervous, and his way that he was going to cope with it was by going out of here. So we've been working on getting him comfortable and confident, always making sure he's got a way out. Oh, am I on your other side now? Did I change it? Foot. Well, that's your nose. Deet. I touched it, guys. He was starting to get ready to back up. He was going to take a step back. And my goal was to just touch it when he raised his foot, but instead I touched it too fast. But that's okay. We're helping him know the words right now, aren't we, Stein? You got to learn all these words. Yeah, you need a vocabulary. Foot. So I'm waiting. The flies are here so much that he might pick it up on his own. Deet. He did it on his own. Here you go. There you go. Maybe this week we should start to introduce you to fly spray, huh? Would you like that? All right, foot, deet. Here you go. He says he's got a lot of flies on him. And typically if I put out fly traps too early, they just sit there and they don't catch anything and then they're garbage. So I'm trying to wait till when they're actually going to be really productive. Because then they get full really fast, don't they? What are you doing? Why are you blocking me? Huh? All right, let's try to get him to move over. What are you doing, huh? Let's go. I want to see you. There's got some brushing on you. Brush your feet. Get your legs brushed. Get those flies off from there. You like that, don't you? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lots of brushing. All right. Foot. Make sure you can always see it. So you don't want them to do it and for you not to give them the pay for it. Foot. Wrong foot. Deet. He touched it on accident. Here you go. Okay, so there's our review. We can do butt also, can't we? I don't remember if we've done this with you or not. All right, let's get you some scratches. Yeah, because you like scratches. All right. And always making sure he's got a way out. Butt. Deet. So I just touched him and said the deet word. That's our like pay word. Let him know that he found the right answer or that I helped him find it. Oh, those flies. Butt. See you. Butt. Deet. Oh, that was a really good one. Here you go. Good job, Stein. Ready? Butt. Now that last one, guys, it really seemed like he knew. Deet. Good job. So he seems to get that one pretty well, don't you? Yeah, pretty well. All right, let's start with this halter introduction because we've already been going for 15 minutes, Stein. Okay, so here's our halter. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Okay, so for introducing the halter, starting off with, I just want to be able to touch him everywhere, well, at least everywhere around his head with this. So we can go with neck, deet, and then I can pay him. There you go. I have my timer on my watch going. Okay, so in order to get him to go into the nose, this is why I like these halters here, is I can hold it with one hand and I can put it here up to my belly or put the hay through it to help them get their nose in there. But I lost my horse. All right, Stein, we're not done yet. No, we're not done yet. Big old wad of hay. Okay, so now I want him to put his nose in here, and he has not done this yet. So you see I'm letting him grab hay through there. Good job. So he did it on his own. I'm not forcing it. There's an old phrase, and I don't know who did it, but a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. So if I try to force Stein's nose into here, well, that doesn't mean he's okay with it. I need to help him be it with his idea. Isn't that right? And we just want to take our time with this so it's not nerve-wracking to him. We want him to know none of this is going to cause him any pain. Okay. Are you ready? And I'm goofing around here, aren't I? Trying to get the perfect circle with my... There we go. All right. Put your nose in there. Nose. Here. Look at. I have hay. You gotta put your... He's doing it a little bit. Here you go. Put your nose in there. There. Good boy. Good boy. Look at how much his nose went in. That's great. That is great, Stein. Ready? Nose. Good boy. Look at that nose going in there. Okay, and another one that you want to do. Hi. Yep, when I halter you, I'll be on this side. Oh, is that scary? But it doesn't hurt. You see, there's no pain. It's just like, it's just petting you. Yeah, it's just petting you. But it kind of scared you, didn't you? But it's okay. Yeah. Hi. Okay, so now I also want to be here by his shoulder, and he's getting kind of nervous. Oh, he has a fly that he needs to get, guys. He's not nervous, he's irritated with the flies. All right, so are you done being irritated with the flies? Okay, so now I'm just petting him. You see his head went high, he's a little nervous. Aren't you? You're a little bit nervous. Now I'm going to pay him for standing still, right? Because he could have taken off. He could have run and said, I was too scared to stand here. But you chose to stand. You chose to hang out with me. Let's get you back in front of the camera better. Nose. Yeah, he's like, I know this one. Feet. Remember, anytime they get too nervous, you just go right back to what they do know or what they are comfortable with. Okay, so you don't have to try to force the nervousness out of them. Just go back to where they're comfortable. Good boy. Now I want to go up over top. However, he's showing me that he's a little bit nervous. So we can just keep going slow. Oh, well, hello. Hello. He's also getting used to the sounds of the jingle of the little clasps. We don't want any of this stuff to be scary once it's going on his neck. Hi, you. Or on his head. It goes on your head, doesn't it? Yeah. That's right. Now, these flies, they're everywhere. I'm going to try to go up over top a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to push this too far because you see how high his head is. He's going to get calmer and that head's going to go down even more. Okay, so this is just, I think this is the second day I've introduced this. Now, when I'm trying to teach them to take oats from my hand, this is what I do, guys. And I don't know that he'll take them today. He has not taken them yet. I let him smell them. And when he smells them, I pay him. You're a pig. You're trying to take it all. What a pig. Okay, so then maybe take a little handful out instead of the whole thing. But I keep doing that. It could be them looking with an ear, could be them smelling it, could be them putting their mouth on it, and then eventually they'll start to eat it. And it's kind of nice not to have to walk around with a big old clump of hay in your hands. You got to be careful so you don't make them sick from having too much, but hello. But pretty much I just use oats or feed for training. All right, so now if he shows interest in this at all, then I'm going to pay him. Deet. Okay, so there he put his head there. And now you were such a pig last time, I'm going to give you less. I want a little bit more this time, Stein. Oh, look at you. He put his lip on my hand. So that's showing more interest, being brave. Good boy. He's kind of smelling it right now. I'll give him a little bit more pay for smelling it. And eventually, from doing this over and over, they will start to eat it. You can always leave some oats somewhere in the pen for them. We have left them in their feeder trough. Hi. When I did this the first time with Doc, he just ate them. It was just funny. He didn't need to be introduced. He's like, I know what that is. Hi, you. Okay, he showed quite a bit of interest there, putting his nose down there. So there's not going to be a benefit for him eating them right now. There's a benefit for him showing the interest. He shows interest, I pay him with hay because we know he'll take hay right now. Won't you, Stein? Okay, so we're just going to do this over and over until eventually he'll take it. And then we got to be about done there, Stein, because it's already been over 20 minutes. Here you go. Okay, I can feel his breath on my hand. He's smelling it. He smelt it again. With Valhalla, we had to start with her just looking at it with her ear. He's smelling it. We'll just go to my handful of hay is gone here. Oh boy, look at you smelling that. Good job. He's smelling it again, but now he's smelling it from underneath my hand. Okay, all of that is good. His nose doesn't have to be above my hand for him to be smelling and checking this out. Okay. There, he's smelling it again. We'll do one more and then we'll be done here. Ooh, good job. Okay, so even though he didn't take it today, guys, that's okay. We're still making progress and we're going to get there. I hope you're enjoying the series. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Hi, Stein. Are you a good boy? Yes. All right, this is Stein session 2 today. It's been Oh, probably a couple hours since the first session, hasn't it, Stein? Yeah. Well, where are you going? My goal is to get him more comfortable with this halter. Try to get you back in the camera there, buddy. That's right. That's a good boy. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with petting him. Oop, that was scary. Hi. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. There you go. There you go. Oh, well, you don't get all of it. No, you don't get to have all of it. Are you nervous? You're not eating your food. So if he's nervous, I'm just going to stand here with him and help him come back down. I'm just going to be here with you. Yeah, that's right. So it might seem like I'm not doing anything, guys, but if he's too nervous to eat, maybe I'll give him a little bit more. Maybe that'll change it. If he's too nervous to eat, then he's not ready to work. Maybe he just felt like that wasn't a big enough mouthful to bother chewing. But either way, he's okay now to start again. Hi, you. You're going to smell the halter, aren't you? Yeah. No. You got to work for it, buddy. You ready? You ready? So you see his head go up. He says he's nervous. Just put that up there. And we're going to take it back. He took a step back at the moment. I'm going to ignore that. Give him his pay. Let's get you back in the camera. Yeah, let's get you back in the camera. That should be good, shouldn't it? Yeah, that should be good. Make sure they always have a way to get out. Ready? So lifting this up high is new for him, right? And I just want to go slow so that he isn't alarmed. We don't want to create alarmedness. And we want to go slow enough because this is going to make it last. It'll make the lessons last where he's willing to do this and it's not from fear, it's from curiosity. Again, everything that I'm doing, I would do the same for a donkey. The speed you're going to go is all going to depend on the animal. Are you ready? Are you ready? Deep. There you go. Hi. Eventually, we're going to get this up and over his other side of his neck, and then I'll grab it from underneath his neck. But we want to go slow enough that we're not causing alarm. What are you doing? Why are you moving? Huh? I guess you're still in the camera, though. We can still work with this. Are you ready again? Huh? Are you ready? You're a silly boy. That's Grace. Are you ready? Here we go. Deep. What I'm watching for, how I'm going to know that he's comfortable with this, is he'll let me do this even with his head low. He won't feel the need to pick up his head as he gains comfort. And it's not going to happen overnight, especially with Stein. Remember, he is more reactive than Frank, for instance. And that's okay. You ready? Deep. There you go. And remember, guys, I'm recording all of these sessions in the entirety based on a request from a subscriber who was having troubles with her donkey, and she wanted to see how I go about things. Deet. That's why we're recording the whole thing. That's why these videos are so long. So if you're working on training your own animal, you'll be able to watch these to get ideas of what works and what doesn't from what I'm doing in here. Ideas for you to try at home with your own animal. Do you see his neck is starting to come down now? That's a good boy. It sure is. And we're going to need to do this from both sides. Are you ready? All right, so here we go. Now his head comes up. He's like, oh, I think I should be nervous. We're getting it a little bit onto the other side. Okay. I'm going slow because we know that Stein is reactive and I don't want to cause him to move. Good boy. Your legs sure are stretched out there, Stein. Yeah, they sure are stretched out. Are you ready? Here we go. Deet. And he's going to learn each time I do this, there's no pain, nothing is hurting him, and then he'll keep being willing to let all this stuff happen without fear. Yep, Stormy's over there doing his own thing. He already knows how to wear a halter though. Yeah, you're still learning. Are you ready? Are you getting ready to move? Deet. Hello. You a good boy, aren't you? See how he's turning his head into me? He's inviting me to do more. Are you ready? Oh, do you have an itch? Do you need me to itch you? You kind of acted like you have an itch. Are you ready? Oh, do you have an itch up there? We can scratch that itch while we're over here too, can't we? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get all the good spots. And hopefully you guys can hear the jingle from the clasps on this halter. Again, he's not only learning for my hand to move around his head like this, he's also learning to hear these sounds and to keep calm while it's all happening. Oh, and you're turning your head. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh, your head came up kind of fast, didn't it? Yeah, kind of fast. Get you a little scratches there. Oh, and we're going to retreat before he moves. If he moves, and it's going to happen, but if he moves, I went too fast. Okay? The goal is to do this without him moving. But if he moves or when they move, just go back to what they're already comfortable with. It's okay. Where are you going? Huh? You want to smell the halter, huh? He's like, oh, every time you touch me with that halter, I get more food. Yeah. Try to get this to the other side of him. I'm going to grab it differently. Yeah, I'm going to grab it a little different because I want to get this on the other side of you. Look at how high your head goes up. There, good boy. Now that's on the other side of him. There you go. I have a timer set, guys, because I tend to go over my time. Are you ready? When we do the shorter lessons, it really does help. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you're getting a little scratch from the halter. We're going to move this halter before he retreats. Now, sometimes with what you're doing, they can handle more than 15 minutes. But remember, they're young or they were wild, even if they're not young. So we do have to be mindful that we don't go too fast or go too long with them. Isn't that right? Are you ready? Here we go. There. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Good job. There, here's a big old handful. See how much more hay we have. Are you ready? You ready to do it again? Hmm? You're still in the camera real nice. Are you ready? You're still chewing. Oh, your head just went so high. Is it that scary? Huh? Is it that scary? You have a fly on you. I'm just going to walk over here to turn him. Hey, you. Hey, you. There you go. There you go. Come on. Good job. Good job. Are you ready? Are you getting kind of nervous with it going over your head? Let's do something easier. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Are you ready for some more? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. You see how his head's not going up as high now? So that's telling us that he's feeling more comfortable. His legs are upright. I'm not sure how well you can't really see him in the camera there. But his legs are upright. They're not leaning away from me. That's another little thing to watch for. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Oh, hi. Hi. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What was that? Did you get scared? But nothing hurt you. You're so reactive, Stein. Yeah. Always having a way for them to get out. Always, always, guys. Are you ready to do it again? He just leaned away from me just a tad. That tells me that he's nervous. The reason the phone is shaking is because Frank's over there rubbing on things. Are you ready? So he's straight ahead. He's still more anxiety. You see where his head position is right now. See if I can get him to follow me. Both eyes. Both eyes. Hey, there you go. Both eyes. There you go. Come on. Hey. Dan's coming up the driveway, so he's kind of watching the pickup come up the driveway. There you go. You turned a little bit. Good job. Good boy. There, you're in the camera real nice now. Aren't you? You're in the camera real nice. So we're going to go back to petting him with this, which that's what I was doing. I was just doing it up higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deet. Here you go. You're not really eating that. Here, let's give you a bigger bite and see if you'll eat it then. Are you going to chew it up? Or are you going to hold it in your mouth? You're chewing it. That's good. Yeah. His head is starting to come back down, guys. Hi. Are you ready? Ooh, ooh, that's kind of high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. You're a little excited right now, aren't you? Okay, so what I'm going to do next, guys, is I'm going to turn off the camera, but I'm just going to stand here with him and let him keep coming down. So even though he's willing to be with me, he's still eating. You can see his body is really stiff. So right now, he's still elevated, even though he's willing to stand with me. And look at, he's coming towards me. He still wants to be here with me. He's just a little bit nervous. So I'm going to stand here with him until he starts to lick and chew and his head starts to come back down again. And I'm not going to pet him the whole time. I'm just going to stand here with him and just let him have that time. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Please do hit that like and subscribe button. And next we'll be working with Doc. All right, guys. I've been sitting next to Stein now for 7 minutes. At 4 minutes, he started to drool and then he started to lick and chew. And then at 5 minutes, his head, you could see the first bar over his head. And now he's drooling again. And then he's totally drooling again. And then I could see 2 bars between his head. And I'm still standing with them because I would say he's still uptight. But now, even since I started recording this little stent, I can see more of the bars between his head, his neck, and the top. He has tried to nudge me, or he has nudged me. I haven't petted him. I've just stood next to him. Huh, you? You're a good boy, huh? He's licking and chewing for the second time. And this is good, guys. This is what he needs to develop his coping skills. If I just kept working him, he would have gotten more uptight. That tongue is really working now. Oh, and his head was too far down. You couldn't see it. But hang tight, guys. Keep at it. Thanks for watching. Guys, I brought both kids in here with me today. So if you guys have a shaggy one, what I'm using to... little dude here, he's very, very shaggy. He gets very matted up. So I've been using mane detangler and then just a regular old brush to help get this. And that's going to work great on Doc's belly also. So, and Doc is just all over me while I'm in here doing this. Now yesterday, Doc had a tying lesson and then we worked with his feet. And now today I thought, you know what, maybe I should, you see how he is? You're just a silly donkey. All right, so let's work on, you're so silly. Yeah, you are so silly. You are just very silly. Yeah, very silly. Okay, so you can see how well this works to get this baby fur. Oh, look who followed me over here. Now let's try it on, oh, we're gonna have to get farther away from the camera, Doc. Okay, right here. The little dude is blind on his right eye. Watch out. You're in my way. Keep going. Go. Go. Move. There's always one standing. Okay. So we can see his belly. So this brush here, I've been able to get some of these out. You gotta be careful because it could hurt. Are you watching what I'm doing? Donkeys everywhere. These guys are about the same age. I don't know how accurate, you know, how close the BLM is. Here I got a little toughed out with the age, but they say that Doc is a year and little dude here is about 10 months, maybe even 11 months now. So when I'm doing this, I probably won't do a ton all at once because it might hurt. I don't want him to be in pain from what I'm doing, but it's going to be nice to get some of these matted pieces off. You always want to be careful. He's flinching when I do this. Be careful so that you don't get yourself kicked because get out of there. What are you doing? He does not have any milk for you. No, he doesn't. So just being aware that this could be painful for him so that you don't get yourself kicked. There's another tuft. Okay, so I'm getting these off little by little. I just want to be able to do this so I'm not causing him a ton of pain. Mane detangler is working great with Doc because he's just so furry. You can see how their coats are so different. Doc here he's a mammoth, so he's a different breed. There's lots of different breeds of donkeys. Let's try to get Doc on the other side. Or there. All right. So these two just love each other. They play constantly. I'll have to try to get some video of them playing together. And you're both always right there. They're both like this. He says he wants to be brushed too, but he's been brushed the most so far today. So maybe we should do a tying lesson for Doc. I haven't done that yet. And then we can work on some circles for I meant to say a tying lesson for little dude. And then we can work on some circles with Doc. All right, little dude. Little dude is supposed to get to be right around 14 or 14.2 for height, based on his knee measurement. And hey, I don't want you to take the rope. And I don't know, I haven't measured Doc's knee yet. You are trouble. You are pure trouble. Don't put your mouth on me. All right, let's get you tied up here, little dude. Make sure that this is tight. Where's my flag? You too. Okay, I'm going to pause this and go get the flag. Looks like little Doc is trying to untie little dude. I'm going to let it go so you guys can see first tying lessons. Now, I have hay in my barn right now, but in my barn, I have a high line to tie so they can move their feet more. Hey, Thomas, will you get me a red flag, please? Oh, and the maroon halter. Hey, Doc. Doesn't take much to get him over here. Hi, you. Hi. Well, you know what? If you want something to put in your mouth, here, right here. This is for your mouth, not the ropes. There you go. Well, you got to keep it in your mouth. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to take my brush. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to brush you. You can hold your toy. So I'm curious, anybody out there who has donkeys, what have your donkeys enjoyed for toys? I've had some that used little, like those soft-sided plastic bins. They like those. And I had 2 donkeys. Shamus was one of them, who really just loved. They would pick up a tire that we had for training out in the pasture and hand it back and forth to each other. It was the funniest thing I ever saw. I think I got a video of it, but it was pretty far away. Does that hurt? You just want to bite on it. You're very silly. Okay, so we did a little bit here. Again, I don't want him to come into my space, guys. So we're going to do a little bit of this brushing for his mats down here, but I don't want it to be so much that I cause him pain and make him not like to be brushed. So we got some of it off from there. Where are you going? Where are you going? What about your toy? Look at. What is that? What is that? Here's your chicken. He says that noise is scary. So when I'm putting on a halter, I'm going to check in with them. And if they're leaning away from me, they're not ready to be haltered. You want to prepare them to be haltered. Okay. So he's leaning towards me. Now I'm going to get his nose in here. You're funny. And then I want to keep their head tilted towards me. So if they're moving away, you can just tilt them. Let's get you back over here because you're backing up. He wants to play. Look at him. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Okay. So checking in, make sure he's ready. Now, get his head in there. And then I get the rope through that little hole. And then now I'm going to ask him to turn his head back. He's pushing on me. Remember, he's not trying to be naughty or anything when he pushes. That's just how they play. So he just has to learn that he can't push on me. Okay, so I can stomp my feet. I could do all kinds of things. He's definitely going to be one who's going to need extra training to stay out of your space. So if you're dealing with one who is a space invader, like Doc here, let's see if we can get him to come back into my space. Okay, so here he's coming into my space. I could use this flag. Okay, you're only going to do as much pressure as you need. Okay, so if he's here, let's see if he'll come back into my space again. Now you're staying out of it. Okay, his head coming over is not as big of a deal. But now you see how he's coming into my space? I'm just going to use the flag to push him back out. And the more that we just push him back out, the more he'll learn that he just can't come in there. So it's not going to be a process that happens overnight. It's going to take time. But that's how I would keep them out of your space. If they know back, you can just take the halter and ask them. There, he took a step. You can just get them out of your space this way. So if you don't have a flag, just anything you have to. If you have to kind of stomp your feet, wave your arms like a chicken, whatever you have to do to help them know that you go into their space, but they don't come into your space. Isn't that right, Doc? Because you are a space invader. Yeah. And part of that's just age, guys. But sometimes you could have one that is a space invader, and it's not because they're young. So this first thing that we're going to do to get him to move his foot over right now, his left foot is a little bit forward, and you can't see it in the camera. I just ordered a new stand for my camera, so we'll be able to set this up better soon. So I'm going to get my shoulder by his head, and he's backing up. Okay, so he stopped. You probably can't see him. I'm going to put my arm straight out in front of me, and then I'm going to come up with the flag to help him move. All right. So now make sure when you're doing the circles that you're supporting their head too. Okay. So this is the third time we've worked with this, so it's not like he's going to be good at it. He's a little bit nervous. That's okay. We'll help him through it. There. He'll get more comfortable with time. I'm just waving the flag behind him. Hit the ground. Get him. Waving the flag behind him. There we go. Good boy. Okay, now I stop, he should stop. And if he doesn't figure that out, we'll just go a little bit more. Okay, we'll get him moving. Now I'm going to stop. Ooh, he figured it out. Good job. Good job. So we're not looking for perfection. Now he's licking and chewing. We just want to improve a little bit every time. So maybe pay attention to if he's really rearing to go, don't ask him to stop yet, okay? And if he does a pretty good job, but let's say he takes 3 or 4 steps before he stops, that's okay. Just next time, try to get one less. Okay, so we're just going to keep trying to get a little bit better each time. Okay, so now I'm going to ask him to go again. So now I'm going to put my hand out in front. Now he gets nervous. So if they move like that, that's okay, guys. Just help them be comfortable, okay? So now I'm standing where I need to be. I'm going to put my hand out in front of me. And his legs aren't perfect right now, but we'll just cope with that. There we go. And then we can go into the circle. He thinks he's going to take cover by a little dude. Little dude says, I can't help you. He's going. I'm going to go back on my heels. Oh, there he got it. Okay, so it took him a few steps. Now he's got to go. I'm going to go the other direction. There we go. So this is not, it's not lunging. It's more just helping him learn to read body language. I'm hitting the ground right now, guys. There we go. So he's pretty nervous. These will keep getting better. There we go. There we go. There's some nice calm. I'm going to stop. We'll see if he can. He got it. A few extra steps, but that's okay. This is all just baby steps. Okay, so right now his left foot is forward, so I'm going to come stand by him. I want my shoulder to be next to his head. Okay, and then I'm going to put my arms straight out. My goal is eventually he learns to follow the lead rope. Good job. That was super good. I don't want to trying to get him to move away. There we go. My goal is not to back up my feet. I think I did there some, but that's my goal. Get him to move his body away from you, not you move your body away from him. And we'll see if he can stop. There, that was a pretty good one. Not as many steps. We'll see if he'll stop and lick and chew now. So right now he has a pretty big parrot lip, so he's like, this is hard, this is scary. If he wants to come in for some love, that's okay. I'm not going to let him come into my space, but right now, if he needs some love, that's okay. So when we think about the differences between doing stuff with a donkey versus the Mustang, I don't do very much desensitizing with the donkey. Anytime you can find a way to get them to move, that's always better than trying to get them to stop. They'll stop easily, guys. Typically, donkeys will stop easily. But if you guys were watching my session with Stein, he moves a lot faster, right? So he needs to have more desensitization. And with the donkeys, I'm going to give them experiences, but I'm not going to try to get them to be calm around things. Some of that's just going to come when they get brave, when they get confidence. Still waiting for him to lick and chew. He still has a parrot lip. But if he's not going to pay attention and stand here, not into my space. There we go. There, now he's learning. There's going to have to be a lot of repeats of that, but he'll learn it. You need some more love. Hi, you. So we're just going to stand here with him and help him help him come down. You hear the pine back there behind me. That's from little dude. A great way to teach them to tie is with a high line. We don't have any trees, not anywhere near the barn anyways, so we have our high line in the barn. The rope is just tied to the rafters, and when we can, we will teach him with that. Still hasn't licked and chewed. So in case you guys want a fishing report, Dan went catfishing. He caught some small little ones. No big ones today. So the big giant catfish is still out there. Okay, so I don't want him just aimlessly walking around. But if he can't stand still, then we would just start doing circles again. Shamus. That over there, Dan, I can't see her. Well, it wasn't Grace. Valhalla and Daphne look really, really similar. So, oh no, Oz walking towards me because her mane is a little bit more erect. I bet you it was Daphne. Yes, it was Daphne. All right, so it was Shamus and then Daphne. They're walking closer so I can see him. He is still not licking and chewing, guys, so the reason I'm just standing here is to give them time to lick and chew. Hey, little dude. Okay, if he wants to go, we're going to help him go. Well, he's going much calmer this time. So our goal is that we can keep him in the circle that we desire, right? So eventually we would just have a big circle from his footprints and mine, kind of like a donut. Now what I mean by that is we don't want our circle to be going all over the area. We want to control and guide his feet and not have him control and guide our feet. Let's see if he can pick up on me stopping. Good job. That was a quicker stop too. Nice work. You are smart, aren't you? His lip is kind of quivering right now. Licking and chewing. I think this is going to be a really good note to end on, guys. That circle was super good, especially compared to what he had been doing. We got to help him come down by getting him to the point where he could lick and chew. That one's Grace. And little dude. Right? It is dinner time, guys. All right. I hope you guys enjoy the series. Sure appreciate you watching, and I'd love it if you'd hit that like and subscribe button. Back here with Stein, and I was cleaning the pen. And then I'm like, you know what? I would be smart to work with him for 15 minutes and then give him a break and finish cleaning the pen because he needs more work just to help him. So I have a different halter because Dan's using my training halter on Frank. No, it's okay. I'll just use this for rubbing him and stuff. And the reason I like the training halter, it's a, what do you call it, web? It's a web halter. It's because it holds its shape for the nose, where this one's going to collapse more. So that's why I like that other one. No problem. Ready? Neck. So I want him to come over and touch it with his neck. Deet. Good boy. Here you go. Good boy. He is. He knows neck and nose really, really well. Well, you can't just take it. You got to work for it, buddy. Neck. That's your nose. I want your neck. Deet. Good job. Here you go. Now, yesterday when we were doing this, rubbing the halter on him, he did get kind of scared. So when you're doing this, make sure there's always a way out for him. Now, yesterday also when I was working with him, the whole time he was eating hay. So that told me he was okay. Ooh, is that jingle? I'll just wait. I'll just keep doing this one for right now. Or you wanted to switch?
Yeah.
All right. So we're switching. So the reason I like this halter is because when I'm working on getting him to put his nose into it, I can keep the shape of it so he can put his nose in there. So now this has the jingles on it that he's got to hear. So we were working on this yesterday and he was doing pretty good. He was eating the whole time, which told me he was pretty okay. But then at one point, he just got really nervous. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deet. And when he got really nervous, he took off. Make sure they always have a way out so that you're not getting trampled over. So after all of that happened, even though he was eating the whole time, which told me he was pretty relaxed, his body seemed really stiff. So I sat with him for 10 minutes and I just stood here. He nuzzled me. I didn't pet him for 6 of those 10 minutes. And after 4 minutes, he started to drool again because you forget to swallow when you get nervous, don't you? Yeah. He started to drool again. And then he started to lick and chew. And then his head started to really drop really low. So he needed that time with me just standing there to let him process the lesson and get rid of some rabbits. Right. We don't want you to hang on to all those. And they got to learn how to release them so they're not walking around just a Coke bottle effect and have explosions later on. You ready? He just tilted his head towards me a tad. Oh, it gets a little bit scary when it goes above you, doesn't it? Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deet. So before I start putting this over his head, I would love to see him with his head lower. You see how nervous he still is? I'd like to see him with his head lower before I start adding more of going over the top of his neck with this, because eventually I'll put it over the top of his neck and grab it from underneath his chin. But you see how his head is low now, but as soon as I pick this up, he has been having a habit of raising his head. Haven't you? Are you ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deet. So we're just helping them get really used to this. Take the time that it takes, guys. If you're working with a nervous Nelly, they'll learn to trust. They're just going to need more time. So remember, when you're working with a wild What they recommend is 15 minutes. Now, if you're, you can kind of watch them, and sometimes you can go more. Look at you raise your head because you get all nervous. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. But you want to do short sessions because they're young and they're wild. We don't want to overload their brain. So yesterday he had, I think it was 20 minutes, and then he had like a 3-hour break, and then we did another 20. Are you ready for more? Ready? See how his head goes up? That just says I'm a little bit nervous. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deet. And he learns the countdown. You know, we used the countdown with all of them, and Dan and I did a little experiment with Doc, and we were working together. I think it was on his feet, and whoever said deet, he looked at them, even if the other person had the pay. And the pay for us could be hay, it can be oats. I did get some sweet feed for these guys, but they're not eating it yet. I also have like low starch grain, so I have some different choices. And they don't get that stuff all the time. They get it for training. Hi. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Here you go. Now, if you guys remember, if you've been following along, Stein used to not eat while we were doing this. And I started to just offer him the pay, and when he didn't take it, I would just walk away and just give him a break. But I've changed that. If he's not eating now, I'm just going to stand with him until he relaxes. If he's not eating, that means he's nervous. Isn't it right? It means you're nervous. Now, if it's you guys' first time to the channel, I'm glad that you're here. And if you're coming back, thanks for coming back and watching. I sure appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. You got hay stuck in your mouth? You look pretty silly. Yeah. You have hay stuck in there? You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deet. Here you go. Now you can rub the halter all over their body with this. Right now with him, I'm just going to focus on his neck and head area. Are you ready? You look like you're ready. Here we go. What are you doing? What are you doing? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Now, if they start to lean away, you're going to want to retreat before they move. Our goal is not to make them move. So you can see that coming because maybe they lean their body. So they could be standing upright and they just lean a tad. They could tilt their head away a tad. They could be looking away with their ears, swishing their tail. That kind of stuff is all cue. Here, he's blocking me. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. So Dan's over there working with Frank, and Frank got a static shock when he touched his nose. Ouch. I've had that happen. So we've been working for 9 minutes. I forgot my watch. So, all right, we're going to work on this side right now, aren't we? Yeah. Look how he's leaning in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deet. So you saw how he tilted his head away. That says that he's nervous. So I didn't advance anymore. Like he was okay standing there. So I'm just going to keep where I'm at and not ask for any more. So Stein is a 1-year-old Mustang. Are you ready? He was very up and over the top. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. Now, at first, he wouldn't stand still when I was on his either side. You know, that's how we started with the long brush. And eventually, I just made it so instead of paying him for being able to touch him, I increased the question to paying him for standing still for the countdown. Isn't that right, Stein? And he rose to the occasion, which was great to see. Are you ready? You didn't go far. You went less distance than last time. That's really good. I don't know what scared him. Look at him. No, I don't think so. Did you get scared, huh? So last time he got scared, he went a distance. So he's holding himself together. That's really good. I'm just going to wait for him to come down from his fear there. You see how he's leaning back over towards me a little bit? There, he just took a step over towards me. So we'll just let him be for a second. Hi. So Stein will do this. He'll lean in towards me, he'll nuzzle me, and he's still really worked up and uptight. So he'll give signs that he's ready while he's holding it in. So I think that he maybe is a Mustang that holds in his nerves a little bit more stoic. So we want to help him release those nerves. His head's starting to come down. I'm so impressed that he didn't like go when he got nervous that time. So different things that you can watch for is licking and chewing, lowering the head, blinking a lot, deep breaths. Whether or not their breathing could be fast, like they were running, even though they're just standing around, or sweating could be a sign of nerves. I've seen that with them, not these guys, but different ones as they're learning to trailer load or to take trailer rides, to be more specific. His lip is starting to quiver a little bit. Now, I read somewhere that when they are kind of in a flight mode, the blood will leave their lips. They're kind of, you know, it'll go to the needed spots. There, he just did a big breath. And that quivering is kind of a sign of that his body is in more of a reactive mode. There's heads coming down even more. So guys, if you're standing with your animal because they're reactive, don't sweat it. You really are causing good. You're helping them to relax and to trust. My husband is making faces at me on the other side of the camera. That's what Stein has raised his head for. He's checking out my husband. Have fun while you're training, guys.
Stein ready for the rubber chicken?
Oh yeah, I think he'd love to carry around the rubber chicken. The squeaky rubber chicken. Another big breath.
We have a rubber chicken.
Another big breath. That's a good sign. Yeah, he doesn't. So my husband's squeaking the rubber chicken, but Stein doesn't seem to care about the noise. Like maybe Stein might be more worried about movement. Okay, now, just now, if you guys probably can't see it, he just started to drool. So I have been standing here next to him for minutes, and his head is getting low and he's taking deep breaths. He's not swallowing though. He does this when he swallows. So yesterday, it took 4 minutes to get to this point, and then he started to lick and chew. But he has started to drool now. But it doesn't show it in the camera. I'm sorry, guys. I did order a new camera stand, so hopefully it's here in a couple days. Dan, can you aim this camera down so it gets into his, so it shows his drooling? It's pretty funny. I've never seen a horse or a donkey drool like this before. If you just aim it down a tad, there. Maybe I'll be able to zoom into that later on. I don't know how well it shows it. Right? Right now it's like 5 or 6 inches long. It just dropped one piece of drool there. I think it's all nerves. He just gets so scared he forgets to swallow, and now there's some drops on the ground from his drooling. So standing here, guys, it's a pretty priceless thing. You got to just be willing to put in the time. You can't just take my hay though. You got to work for it, buddy. Oh, look at all that drool that just came out. You are just like Beethoven. I would love to see him start licking and chewing. Hello. Hello. Hi. Are you going to get me all slobbery? Okay, so I could stop now, guys, but he's still not licked and chewed. He's still not swallowing. He is still drooling. So this session, what's that? He's leaning away from me? All right, so now he's got his head low to the ground. He's licking and chewing. This is going to be the end of his session right now, guys. We're going to give him a break. You ready, Stein, for your second session? Nose. Deep. Let's get you even closer. Nose. Deep. Here you go. Nose. Deep. Here you go. All right, so we're on the second session and we're just going to pick up where we left off. Ready? Neck. Deep. Now we're going to start rubbing him. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. Remember when you're doing the countdown, if they're really nervous, you can count really, really fast. And if they're getting good at it, you can count really, really slow. So just adjust it for them. Always give him a way out so he can go all the way around me without running me over right now. Way out is important. Are you ready? He's leaning in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. Here you go. Hi.
Whenever you do that, when you're done, you look in the camera. How do you?
Dances whenever we're done. He looks in the camera like, how did I do? Are you ready? You ready? You look a little bit nervous. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. Here you go. Are you ready again? You look like you could be ready again. Are you ready? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. Okay, so I lifted my hand up higher. His body was quivering. I was thinking about putting this little tail end over top of his head, but he was quivering, so I chose not to proceed further. I want to help him be successful. He's really, his tongue, he's just playing with his tongue while he's eating. It's pretty comical. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. Here. See how he stopped eating when I pulled it? He's like, oh, I'm scared.
I like how after he survives each step, he goes back to leaning towards you.
It would be hilarious if you could be over here recording his tongue, Dan, because it's funny. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. You might, yeah. You have your phone? You could probably just use it with your phone. Are you ready to do it again? We'll wait till we're done moving around the fence, huh? Yeah, I already turned it off. We set a timer for our water, guys, because we can run out if we don't run the well dry. All right. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. Now, while he's eating, he's like constantly playing with his tongue. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're getting awfully close to me. He's not doing it right now.
He's shy.
Are you shy, Stein? Huh? You shy? Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, teat. Here. Maybe he'll do it this time. But you're putting your head even closer to me.
You just think you're real neato. He's trying to get to me. There you go, buddy.
You ready?
Pal.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Here you go. You see his tongue come out the side of his mouth just there?
I had a camera on him.
You're going to be done chewing on that?
Just over the top.
Ready?
It was a minute 40.
I don't think you did it really well for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Here you go. I feel like I'm getting more and more over the top with him. Like he's starting to be more and more comfortable with that. Now watch his tongue, because now he's doing it again. But he did it once. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. It looks like he's actually looking at it out of his other eye there. Like, oh, what is that? Here you go. Are you nervous?
Yeah, he is. He's doing so good. Someone just took your bag now.
Oh, Frank's getting into stuff over there. Are you ready? This might be your last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep.
It didn't dangle over.
Oh, didn't it? Well, I'll split this and we'll do one more. Here you go.
I don't know.
Like I'm so close, like to being ready to dangle it over, and I don't want to push them too far and go backwards.
You got all the time?
We'll see if I can do it this time though. I'll do it with the big side. How does that sound? Can you handle that? Are you going to be okay?
You're gonna find out.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep.
There's the world champion right there. Nice. Good job, Stein.
Yes. Good job, Stein.
He always scary things.
Right? And I think that is what we're going to do. So this is his second session. I think he did a good job. Thanks for watching, guys. Please do hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, go ahead. We're surrounded by donkeys, guys.
Wasn't much.
2 kids there.
Doc's like, let me at it.
Whoa!
You got a good shot.
See how fast he comes back to it now.
Look at that. He did the Jackie Chan running kick. Oh, these poor critters.
He's sneaking back up on it already.
I'm gonna go fight that murder ball.
Right?
Stein is sneaking up on it. You see that, MaryJo?
I do.
I'd lost that bet.
Look at how long these ears are. I'll work on some simple circles again, helping him have confidence with this. I want him to be able to walk relaxed and not like stiff or kind of jarring movements. Get him to move away from me. Let's see if I can adjust this better. So here he's not giving to pressure. There, he gave to the pressure. All right. We'll help him with this. There you go. There you go. He says everybody's getting their hay throwing, but you need to have a little bit of time, don't you? Okay, so I want my shoulder to be next to his head. Okay, and then I might have to block him some. Okay, so I'm just putting up my arm to block him. Okay, he's starting to relax. Okay, so this here, we're trying just to be able to teach him to follow a loose lead rope. And when we can get him to do that, he'll follow us. But you see how he's backing up? So I'm just gonna try to counterbalance that. If he goes forward, I'm gonna try to keep him from going forward. If he goes backwards, I'll try to keep him from going backwards. So now I can put my arm straight out, and he doesn't know to follow this yet. There. So we want to practice this one here lots and lots to help him learn to follow the loose lead rope. Okay. And if they're nervous when you try to stand with your shoulder by their head, you're just going to help them be comfortable. I'm not going to ask him any questions when I first get here because he's nervous, right? There he's starting to lean back. Okay. So here I'm just going to try to counterbalance that. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to put my arm straight out in front of me because I don't want him to walk over top. And then I'm going to come up. There, he did it. Okay, so he's just learning this part. This is going to help them learn to lead where a 2-year-old could follow them around or lead them around is what I want to say. Okay, so again, I'm going to put my shoulder next to his head. You see he's backing up. I'm just going to try to pull him forward some. There we go. Okay. Now his feet are often not lined up because he's anxious. So ideally you want the foot that is forward to be next to your shoulder that's by their head. Now he's opposite, and I'm not sure that shows in the video right now. But he is opposite right now. And this flag doesn't help. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Get him to be comfortable just standing here. Good. Remember, they like to push in. Like if they're feeling nervous, or they like to just to push in. There, he did it. I don't need the flag because he did it. Okay, so we're going to try it from this side and see he's already trying to kind of move and block. So I'm just going to stand here for a moment before I ask him any questions. Right now his feet are not lined up correctly. There they are. So now the foot that's forward is next to my shoulder that's by his head. Okay, so now I'm going to put my arm straight out in front of me. There, and he's getting back on his haunches a tiny bit and then stepping out a tiny bit. So let's try to do this way, and maybe you guys can see better. Okay, he's really even now. Oh, now. Okay. So going with the foot that's forward is next to my shoulder. Now he just took a step back, so we're going to try to counter that. There. Okay. Now I'm going to put my arm straight out in front of me, and you see how he went back. That's all that we're looking for to begin with. Okay. We want to do this a whole bunch so he knows this really, really well. This is going to help so a 2-year-old could lead them. Okay, there he's leaning back. Now he's got 2 steps because he wasn't really balanced that time. Yeah, he's like, oh, this isn't so bad. At first you thought it was, didn't you? But this really isn't so bad. So this is a very small thing that will make a very big difference in your life. Now he's going the other direction. There, he did it. Okay, so now his right foot is forward, my arm's straight back, and there he did it again. That's all that we're looking for. So I'm only going to use my flag to help support him if he's needing support to do this. Otherwise, there won't be any flag involved. There, good job. And we could do it again. He's pretty even. So I'm just going to block him, put my arm straight out, and he's more paying attention to Dan than he is this. So I'm going to use my flag to support. And there we got it. And eventually he'll follow a loose lead rope. We won't need to have it tight in order to get him to go anywhere. So my arm is straight out, and he says, I don't know. I'm going to kind of lean forward and bring up my flag at the same time. There, he did it. And when they get it right, you leave them alone. That's their pay. Now remember, he's like a very in your space kind of animal. So if that's an obstacle and he comes into your space, let's get you, you see how he's pushing on me? I can use my flag just to back him up. Okay. So if he's in your space, you can just wiggle your flag down. I just have it straight down, and there he took a step back. So as soon as they step back, you're going to release that pressure. Okay, so if I need to get him to move back because he's space invading, I can just wiggle my flag here until he takes a step back. It does not matter which foot it's with. There. Good job. Okay, now we can ask again. Oop. Oop, I'm just going to block them. So if they do that, guys, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just help them. Just help support them. So I'm going to put my arms straight out in front of me. And there he's doing it. He's doing this one great, even without the flag. That's a good job. That's a good job. All right, let's ask for a couple circles here. So I'm going to put my arms straight out in front of me again. And he says, well, I don't know what that means. So I'm going to use my flag to help support. There, walk. Walk. There we go. I want you out of my space. There we go. Walk. Out of my space. There we go. Out of my space. Out of my space. So we have to keep supporting them. And you could put a cone down or something to help you know where you're at and that you're not walking all over the pasture. Choose a rock or a pile of manure. Okay. So when we're doing this, it's not just for the purpose of mindless circles. I want him to learn to read my body language. So when I stop, he should stop. There, he found it. Oh, he's having trouble. So we're going to ask him some more to go, and we'll give him another opportunity to stop. Get him out of my space. You're going to support their head, with tilting in just a tad. See if you can get it this time. There, he got it. That's what we're looking for, guys. We just want them to read our body language. So that's all he's going to have for training today. We're going to do more with him tomorrow, but now it's already 9 o'clock and we haven't ate dinner yet. So I hope you guys enjoy the series. Please do hit that like and subscribe button. I sure appreciate it.